All right. This is going to be part two of Delta's replay he sent me. We're going to look at Saints' perspective this game. I'm going to give my insights. Hopefully, you can gain something from this. We'll go over this, and then we'll go over some additional information at the end. Just kind of go with it and see what happens. All right, something I talked with Delta, and I'm sure I'm going to have to talk with Slar as well. During your kickoff here, there's going to be two things. One, recognize that when you do this kind of kickoff, you have zero boost afterwards. I'd prefer you guys to do something along the lines of a front flip kickoff. That involves you picking up this boost pad in front of you, boosting towards it, picking up this boost pad, front flipping. While you're front flipping, you don't boost, but you'll land somewhere around right here, and then you'll go and you'll try to make contact with the ball. I'll show you right here, real quick. You're going to try to make the contact with the ball right here, all right? Right in the center. And then you're going to judge your flip, which is always going to be a side flip, either to the right or to the left. There's a few times where I front flip into it, but that's only whenever they go super low, and I know I can beat them pushing the ball over them. You should hit it in the center of the ball, and then judging by where your opponent is hitting the ball, you're going to side flip to the left here, and that's going to shoot the ball this way, all right? Plus, if you front flip and you do this, you'll be left with 24 boost, meaning if you're going this way, you're realistically going to go and try to get that boost. There are a few times where you're going to go this boost, but whatever way you land, you'll have 24 boost to be able to race your opponent to that full boost. Secondly, for this kind of kickoff, all right, actually, no, this is fine. Delta's going to go for his boost right here, and Slar is going to follow you up. I'll talk about the other one where both your teammates are back here. All right, so you got the boost. Don't flip here off the wall. They say stay on the wall, drive down, pick up that boost pad ahead of you, and then use that to go get full boost. Just a quicker way of doing it, more clean. Way to recognize that he's going to beat you if you go for that, so you make a good clear. I want you to chase this down. You make a good read on this, all right? But I would say it's Delta's turn to make that read. You should be drive challenging, forcing him to do something. So you hit it, and then you drive challenge to force him to hit it away. Delta should be moving this way in order to make this read. But you make the read. It's close. Should be a goal, but it happens. Watch turning ball side here. You're traveling down ball side, meaning your teammates are probably going to be on this side, and you might run into them. Plus, if your teammates and your opponents are on that side, they probably already collected the boost, meaning no boost is going to be on this side. So if you go all the way back, you create this, and both your teammates get beat, you create this distance where if your opponents are better, they can utilize this space. They can use some kind of ones move to get it over you, where they can just chip it over you, which happens here. Hit it over you, but it's not on goal. Delta makes a good save. You don't need a flip here. Your whole objective here is just you have boost, kind of just keep an eye on the ball, make your way back. Nothing crazy. It's a really good pass by Delta, or by Slar. Good attempt from Delta. Decent touch, one that you can potentially follow up. In a situation like this, you're first man, okay? You land here, you pick up this boost, you can pick up this boost, you can even grab this boost if it's here, but then you kind of just chill right here. You're going to be second man in this situation. Slar, who should be third man at the moment, will challenge. He's first man. Delta, who is over here, as second man, then goes back and he covers and supports Slar as third man. Your goal is to cover this area right here in case anything comes across. All right. If something comes across, you can challenge and you can try to score. For if Delta gets beat here, all right, so Slar should challenge. Delta goes back as third. If Delta gets beat, the ball goes over his head and he can't get it. You as second man, you can go this way. You have a much easier angle to read anything that goes right here. That's about 90% of 3B3 rotation. And a little bit of a disclaimer as well. A lot of this stuff that I'm going to say is all hypothetical. A lot of it is. Because even though you don't get scored on, even though you might even score a goal by doing something wrong, it's better to know that you shouldn't do it. Just because you get rewarded for a goal for doing something that was bad doesn't mean you should continue to do that bad thing. If you don't get scored on because you did something bad, that does not mean that you should continue doing that bad thing. You want to correct that. Way to recognize that he was going to go for it again. Realistically, I'd like to have you a little further back. Kind of stay right here. Just wait. You don't know what's going to happen. So it goes up against the wall. Delta's going to go for it one more time. It does come out. Slar's going to go for it, which kind of throws you off. Delta recognizes he made a mistake twice, and he's going to go for this. He makes a touch, which is good. Slar goes back, and now your whole objective is to force this guy off the ball, which you do, which is good. Slar makes a save. Two things here. You don't need a rush back. All right, he's not going to make any kind of touch that's going to be threatening to your goal. So kind of drive back, make sure you pick up boost. Don't go for that demo. It's not going to do anything. Even if you bump in or you demo him, it's not going to really do anything. Your whole objective here is support your teammate. And you can't do that if you drive all the way into goal and a shot's coming on. All right. You got beat. It's fine. It happens. But instead of flipping this way, all right, you got beat. You should be turning this way, and you should be going to hit this ball back. All right, if you feel confident, you can hit this ball back. It rolls up, and you hit it across the field. Great. You could also potentially hit it back this way. But more realistically, you're going to come at the ball. You're going to hit it this way, and then Delta, who's coming this way, is able to catch it and then go this way with it. But you don't want to allow your opponents to have free touches. So we don't leave that. It's a really good pinch by Delta. It's good. You can jump a little bit early here. Give yourself an angle. All right, there's no real threat of getting scored on. Yeah, your opponent's jumping now, but he's pretty far away. You can drive, and then you can jump up, and you can make some kind of contact with this. Realistically, any clear that is not going to be a pass to your teammate in your off or defensive zone needs to go this way. It should go over your opponent's heads. It should go somewhere past or around mid boost. What you don't want to do is you don't want to shoot the ball at the wall, because what it's going to do is it's going to come here, it's going to hit off the wall, and it's going to go right middle, and then your opponent should have an easy shot on your goal. Looks like your opponent bailed you out here, plus it looked like your other opponent decided he wanted to go for it too. Don't go back into the play. Slar's first man, you should kind of be moving back to support Delta. You should be that cutoff option, pass option. So kind of make your way back. You don't need to rush back, but don't go into the corner. If Slar's going to make a touch on this, or controlled touch where he can follow it up, he probably wants that boost right there in order to be able to move upfield with it. It kind of looks like you missed it, and then looked like you went for the ball. Just causing a little bit of chaos. You don't need to. The worst half flip I think I've ever seen. So you had the directional air roll or a normal air roll to flip over. What you're missing is a flip cancel. It's pretty easy. Just backflip. In the middle of your backflip animation, you throw your stick forward and you just hold it. And then you hold your directional air roll and land on your feet. Very important that you learn this. It's very useful in the champ and higher range. Way to get back, though. Delta shouldn't be challenging this. This is a really good outlet pass for Slar. Delta should be moving to the right to be a passing option. You should be following behind Slar. You kind of move up into that passing option, so now Delta is kind of in no man's land. He corrects it. He recognizes you goes ahead of you, so that's fine. You get bumped and you score. Lucky goal, but we take it. All right, this is the one that we were going to talk about here. All right, so for this kind of kickoff, all right, you want to make sure that you take the boost that is behind the person taking kickoff. And the reason for that being the person taking kickoff is going to realistically take kickoff, and he's going to land this way to go for this boost. All right. What happens if the opponent gets to that boost before him? He's going to turn this way, and he's going to try to get this boost. All right. He's going to be last man with full boost. What you don't want to have is someone who just took kickoff be last man with no boost. He can pick up pads, but if a shot's coming on quick, then he's going to be screwed. So in this instance, Saint, you should be the one challenging. Delta should be the one going for boost behind him here. Should feel confident enough to be able to go up for this. He makes a pop. You should face the ball and jump up. You have 85 boost. What you don't want to do is you don't want him to have some kind of free touch here. He's going to have a free touch, a free shot on goal. You make Delta panic. You do get the read, which is good. That's ultimately what matters. But still. Really good positioning here. All right, so you recognize that you're not going to be the one to get this ball, so you're not going for a shot. Instead, you know Slar's going to go for a shot, so you're opening yourself up for a passing option or for a cleanup option. So you position yourself here. Slar looked like he was shooting this. This does not look like a pass. You get the boost, which is good. You miss the 50. Once you realize you got beat, don't jump. All right. So you pick up the boost. You recognize he's going to win this. All right. Don't jump at this now, because then your recovery is going to be super slow. It's not going to matter because Delta gets absolutely dusted. He shouldn't be challenging that. Same instance here. For this kind of situation where one's in front of the other, Slar should be the one challenging. You should be the one going for boost behind Delta. The reason being, you don't want Slar to have to go for the boost behind Delta, cutting you off as you try to cheat. And Slar is also closer to the play. Really good chance here, actually. So you get the pop. Probably should boost a little bit more to try to get underneath it and then flick it, but you're able to get to it, get some kind of good flick on. It's not on target, but it was the right idea. Don't be careful going ball side here. In a situation where the ball's going here, all right, lands. Where are we at? land, and get out this way. All right, because you have a boost pad this way. So pick it here, go here, go here. Kind of just hover, see if you have to go third, see if you can go this way to go second man. But you don't really want to go down the boost side here. So now you could run into your teammates. It's a really good opportunity by Delta. And once again, another thing for this too, you want to be careful going all the way back for boost. You go all the way back for boost, you create this distance issue again. You got to burn half your boost just to get back into play as well. I don't like that flip. Don't flip. Stay on the ground. You have 65 boost. I don't think you can really go for this because Darkfire's on the wall. He's going to be able to beat you if you jump at this. Your last man. Slar has a hard angle to get to this. I appreciate him trying. But I don't like you flipping here. You should stay on the ground. Be prepared to do anything. I say it's a weak challenge. I understand why you jump, but I'd stay on the ground a little bit earlier. Make a good adjustment. Little late of a read, but you get the touch, which is all that matters. Don't flip away. All right. Get all this boost here. All right. Where are you at? All right. You get all this boost here. You can get this boost. You can get this boost. You can get this boost. You can pick up this boost. Delta might be able to win this. No. You get this boost, and then you just go this way. You would just go back this way, seeing as you see Delta flipping. But being able to stay in that area and be an option is important, rather than just leaving the play. Once again, that didn't happen, but it could have. All right, I don't know why they let you walk in on this. Say the opponent could have attacked this at any time, I guess. So, I don't know, just it looked like a late jump. If you're going to make contact with the ball, you jump here, and then you would dodge into it. You drove up just so that you were basically underneath the ball, and it looked like you wanted to pop it. It's a little bit of a mechanical issue, I guess. It's a good attempt by Slar. He was good speed. We're traveling down ball side again. Slar's traveling down ball side. Creates a problem. Way to stay back. It's unfortunate. It's a good touch to control. It's an unfortunate bounce. It's a good challenge. It's an unfortunate bounce. Now you're in the net. Don't go this way. Don't go ball side. You actually get scored on here. I recognize this from Deltas. This is a bit of a situation. Your whole goal here is to get out. All right, you're not bumping anyone. You're not creating anything. Slar has the ball right here, meaning his only options to do really anything are to pass the ball to Delta, which your opponents are waiting for. All right. So whenever Slar passes this ball, he's going to get 50'd or shot this way. So Slar's only real options are to hit the ball this way and try to doomsy it by like jumping off and then side flipping into the ball this way to score it. But more realistically, his only real play he should have is to hit the ball high over here, kind of scoop it and hit it across to gain possession. Delta's way too close. He's like, yeah, I got a passing option. He should not be a passing option. This is actually a really dangerous play. But yeah, get out. I'll take that a step further here too. Any situation, all right, any play where you have one of your opponents in the corner, all right, I don't care if you're in the goal at this point, even if you were right back here and Delta's second man, he's right over here. Any kind of play where the ball is hit and it rolls right here, super dangerous because you have realistically two opponents who are looking to absolutely bang the ball that way, and it's really hard for third man who's all the way back here to turn and boost and make some kind of high save this way. So try to avoid that as much as possible. Good attempt by Delta. Don't follow the play. All right, this is going to go away from you. Hopefully, there's a comm from Slar saying, "Hey, I got this." You should be supporting him. Little slow on this. I think he's going to beat you regardless. So you're a little slow to the approach. You could be faster to this, but he's definitely going to beat you at this point. He misses. You miss. It happens. You shouldn't expect this boost to be here either. You have two opponents moving into your corner. Slar is going to be approaching the ball. You need to support him. You need to go this way. You need to pick up this boost pad. If you feel confident, you can pick up this one and go this way. But realistically, you pick up this one, you pick up this one, you pick up these two if they're there, and you're good. Good speed by Slar, and you score. So you put yourself in no man's land here. All right. We talked about this earlier. Delta's behind you. You're the one cheating. You should be moving up and cheating. Anything that happens here, you should be on this ball immediately, or you should have a call off from Delta, who's going for boost behind you. He's going for boost here. He might call you off and say, "I want this." It goes up the wall, and he makes a hit. You pick up this boost, and you're able to continue this way. But what you did is you kind of just went here. You didn't support Slar, who took kickoff. All right. So you want to drive up here. You didn't support him in case the ball went this way, in case the ball went this way. You kind of just drove over here, which doesn't do anything. Good touch. You had to make a touch. That was a good attempt. Don't fly into the corner. You're causing confusion. I'm not sure if you're going for a bump or a boost steal. At this point, it doesn't matter. Just get out. Support your teammate. Good touch. I say Slar should have gone up the wall for this. It's really hard to make any kind of read off the wall. But it's a lot easier to drive up the wall and make contact with the ball that's hitting it. You get to the higher rank, and I'm saying a higher rank, higher champ, they'll be able to make those double tap reads. I don't think anyone in Diamond consistently can do it. So, but you don't want to have that ball to come down either. Really good pass. Something that people don't utilize enough right here. Hit this straight up against the ceiling. It comes straight down. It's very awkward for the opponents to read. It's a good scoring option. Slar's a little far away. In fact, I can make an argument saying Delta should be up quicker here. Delta's all the way over here in the second man position behind Slar. Slar's in third man. He's pretty far away, which is fine. Delta should be somewhere like right here. I can make an argument saying Delta can try scoring this. You can make an argument saying Slar should get this. Anything that goes from the middle of the goal over this way should be Delta's, but I mean, this is also really close. You don't want your third man to push up that hard because if Slar gets beat here, the ball's going this way and no one's covering it. In no world is this your ball to go for. Say there should be a comm saying I got it, but even if there's no comm, 3v3 rotation dictates that your third man should be here waiting for a shot. I'm not saying the shot that he was going to take was great, but you denied him any chance of doing that. I say I've been looking for a fast aerial from you. I'm not sure if that was it or not. So you guys need to learn fast aerials here. I think the only one that I saw do it so far was one from Delta, and then maybe 1 or 2, 3 from Slar. All right, let's take a look here again. Get beat, it's fine. Go back for boost. No boost there. That's unfortunate. You push up a little close. Stay on the ground here. You don't need to rush up. You just need to be ready for anything to happen here. Stay on the ground, pick up boost. Makes a touch. Really good touch there. Once you make that touch, you don't need to jump. Don't jump. Make this touch, stay on the wall, you're able to follow it up. Yeah, you have 0 boost, but now you're just floating. You don't need to flip this far out. I like you going up here in case Delta hits it forward. You create yourself as a passing option in this situation. However, I want you to move out this way once you realize that's not going to happen. And you're this way, all right? So you have the option to turn back this way in case something bad happens, but you also have the option to turn up this way in case something good happens. So by rushing back or rushing to the side, you kind of take yourself out of the play of, anything really happening. You also cut in super early here. Slar should have this. If Slar gets scored on, you're not going to save it. So your whole objective is if Slar gets 50'd, if the ball comes back around the goal, you should have boost to be able to clear it. You put yourself in an awkward situation there. You're just lucky that he missed. It's a hard read. All right, he makes one touch here. You know it's coming out, so you make this read. All right, that's really good. It was a poor boost management path. You only picked up 26 boost. But I mean, you got in his way, so that's all that really matters. You stay on this ball, which is great. But your whole objective now is boost. Don't flip away from this. If you don't have boost and the ball is right in front of you, especially around your net, stay grounded and try to 50 anyone that's approaching you. Slar probably shouldn't be this close either, to be fair. I see he shouldn't be this close. He makes a touch around. I think it's supposed to be to himself because he goes for it again, but it's a good outlet pass for Delta. You need to work on that recovery too. I say you should be landing forward. If for some reason you get pushed backward, hold power slide, and then you can jump and correct yourself again if you have to. You can't go for this. Both of your teammates are in their goal. You are last back with no boost. Your whole objective is to buy time for your teammates. You're not winning a race to this, so pick up boost, cover your teammates. I think if Slar shoots that immediately, he scores. But now you're in a weird situation where if they were faster, you might get scored on. All right. This might be a little bit advanced, but this is what we call secondary goals. Things that we want to do after we're done. All right. So we make a touch here. We want to try to get some kind of bump or demo along their line. We don't want to chase them into the goal, but if they're sitting right here, we take them out, and then we try to steal their boost and get out. All right. And kind of hang right here, nothing happening, and then you go back. We dump it, and then we're just immediately out. And we go for this boost. So realistically, you leave early too, all right? 53 boost, all right? So if you have 53 boost and you're just chilling here and you kind of turn this way, just waiting. He makes a touch, you wait, oh, bang, you score. You don't have to go any more into overtime. Now we're too far away. We thought 53 boost was not enough. We had to have 100. Great bump. And good game. All right, let us finish here. We're going to talk about your settings because I went to ball chasing. Ball chasing just lets me upload the replay and it gives me statistics. What it's telling me right now is your steering sensitivity. It doesn't give me your aerial, but I'm going to assume that it's the same. Your steering sensitivity is 1.8. I'm going to go out on a limb and tell you that's going to be too high for you. It's too high for most pros. Most pros have their settings around 1.3, 1.4. And those are pros, people who have complete control of their car. I don't know if you know what the sensitivity does, but I'll explain it briefly here. So in an instance, if you have your sensitivity set to 1, so Slar has his set to 1, meaning it's a 1-to-1 ratio. If you make an input on your controller, if you turn slightly to the left, it's going to only input as much as you turn. So if you turn left, it's going to go 1 for 1. That's it. If you do 2, all right, let's make this simple. It'll be 1 to 2, meaning for every input you make, it doubles it. So it's not like you turn faster. It just the controller registers that you turn faster. So if you can't have control of your car, meaning do everything that you want your car to do on the ground and or in the air, it becomes too sensitive. You can't control your car. You shouldn't have your sensitivities that high. You should master your sensitivities at a lower setting and then build up as you get better. Like I said, 1.8's too high. You shouldn't be having it that high. I think even me right now at the GC range, I'm at 1.3. Currently, I'm at 1.25. You want to have complete control of your car. All right, moving on. Field of view is good, 110. Heights 110, -3. This is the real issue. I could tell this as soon as I went to your point of view. Your distance at 400. This is the only real issue with your camera settings. You have a really far field of view. All right, so you can see everything on the pitch. So you have a lot of information thrown at you. What you sacrifice for having this field of view is your quality touches on the ball. So if you had your screen closer to the car, the ball would be bigger, your car would be bigger, you'd be able to judge being able to hit the ball where you want to, which is a lot more valuable. So most pros, most everyone have it at 270. Both your teammates have 270. I would suggest turning it down. I would suggest turning that down, and I suggest turning your sensitivities down. And I'm going to warn you, it's going to be different from what you're playing at, but in the long run, it's much more beneficial. So if you suck when you turn it down, don't associate that with the camera settings or the sensitivities. That's just something that you're going to have to get used to for the long run. But you had a really good replay. Good Good job. Hopefully you learned something. And we'll move on to SLAR for part 3.